Hey guys, Mike here. So today's cult classic review is 1993's True Romance, starring Christian Slater as Clarence and Patricia Arquette as Alabama. In True Romance, a pop culture geek marries a cool girl, steals some cocaine from a pimp, and tries to sell it off in Hollywood, while the owners of the cocaine try and hunt them down and reclaim it. And so we have True Romance. So guys, this is a movie in this series that before watching and reviewing it today, I had actually seen it before, though I did watch it when I was really young, so I couldn't really remember a single thing about it. Though, oddly, I remembered not really liking this movie all that much. I couldn't remember what I didn't like about it. Maybe I was just too young to appreciate it. So when I was rewatching it today, I just wanted to see if there was anything that I could find now that I don't really like about it. So, what did I think of True Romance? Well, first of all, I gotta say that I was wrong not to like True Romance. This movie is absolutely brilliant, and honestly, I don't know what I was thinking back then. I'd always thought that True Romance was directed by Quentin Tarantino, but turns out that he'd only wrote the thing. But you can tell that this is a Quentin Tarantino movie. It's got an amazing story, a great supporting cast, and some really interesting bit characters as well. At first, I did think Clarence's and Alabama's relationship was just too unrealistic, and it just went too quickly. I just kept thinking this just seems so unlikely that they've just met each other, started talking, and are going out on a date with each other. But then Alabama tells him that she's a cool girl, and I was like, oh well, that makes a lot of sense now. Not that Clarence's character is unattractive or unappealing, it just seemed a bit unlikely of how quick their relationship was actually moving. And though pretty much from this point on, their relationship still goes way too quickly, at the same time, it's very believable for these two characters. They're pretty much one of two explanations for why their relationship is the way it is. The first one being that they believe in love at first sight and just fall madly in love with each other straight away, and they just want to see where their relationship goes and they don't want to hinder anything. Or on the other hand, they're both complete psychopaths. And honestly, I think it's a bit of both, because honestly I don't think you could call these two, or really anyone in this movie, exactly well adjusted. Pretty much everyone in this is just absolutely insane. But honestly, I would have to say that there wasn't really a single character in this that I didn't like. Honestly, it would have come across that they'd wasted quite a lot of talent in this with such small roles if they weren't so brilliantly written. I mean, Samuel Jackson's in this movie for probably about 1, maybe 2 minutes, and if it wasn't for how funny and memorable his lines were in this movie, his character would have been completely forgotten about. It also definitely helps that it's Samuel Jackson bringing his character to life, so it makes it a bit more memorable anyway. Brad Pitt's another one, even though he pretty much just plays a stereotypical stoner. I think, again, the thing that helps make his character a bit more memorable is the fact that it's Brad Pitt. It also definitely helps that every single time he's on screen, he either says or does something, or doesn't do something that is very funny. And again, the scene between Dennis Hopper and Christopher Walken could have been completely forgotten because it's only like a 5-minute scene if it wasn't for the amazing talent of both the actors. And other than the violence in Tarantino's movies, I'd say the other thing that he really excels at is making interesting conversation out of mundane, uninteresting things. Because about 80% of this scene is just Dennis Hopper saying that Christopher Walken's ancestors were all black. Not the exact language he uses, but you get the gist. And honestly, this scene wouldn't have worked with lesser talent. And though you don't see either one of these characters throughout the rest of the movie, their impact is still felt throughout. True Romance keeps introducing character after character, and none of them feel pointless. They all help to drive the story forward, each in their own little individual way, and it all comes together in the great climax of True Romance. And I know if this scene was directed by Tarantino, it would have been way more violent and a lot more gory. But at the same time, don't get me wrong, this was still a really well choreographed and well directed scene. It's just, you know, if it was Tarantino, it'd just be way more violent. And as well, despite the dark nature of the story itself, True Romance finds a way of actually being quite funny as well. And I would say it's definitely one of the great strengths of True Romance that even when the world's going bad, they still can have a laugh about it. So guys, would I consider True Romance a personal cult classic, and would I recommend that you guys should see it? I don't remember how old I was when I first watched True Romance. All I know is that I was wrong to dismiss this film. True Romance is brilliant, all the characters are really well written, it's got great action, and it's quite funny as well. I would definitely put this movie as a favourite in this cult classic series, but as for a personal favourite, I don't think it did just enough to get in my personal favourite list. Even though I've been singing this movie's praises, I just wouldn't put it as a personal favourite. But as for recommending you guys to see it, I would definitely recommend that you guys should see this one. Maybe if you already have seen it and you didn't think it was all that good, maybe consider giving it another watch, because I'm so glad that I gave this one another try. And I would definitely say that True Romance earns its cult classic status. Okay guys, that's my cult classic review of True Romance. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Whatever you think, drop it in the comments below. Until next time, I've been Michael. See ya!